How often would you say, and this may be different, so maybe you can kind of touch on both, in your personal garden, if you're growing, fruits and vegetables or whatever for yourself or your family, and you're looking at, the health of your soil and how often you're taking a look maybe under the microscope. Is it more of just kind of eyeballing, how your plants are doing, what your soil looks like, how wet it is, versus that, kind of the me personally versus how strict you are when it comes to a clientele that you're working with?
That's a good question. I'm pretty, when it comes to my clients, I do everything. I mean, I just do it as best I can. I like to count everything. I mean, I go all out. When it comes to my work, I'm really lazy. I put compost out. I hardly ever look at the soil under the microscope. I more so just go on, how the plants look and how they're performing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it's one of those things where I probably should keep more data, but it's like it's kind of for fun. I garden a lot at home because I enjoy it, but it's that thing where I don't want to be as rigid. I want to just do it, but also still implement some of the other things with the microbiology.
You don't want to turn your enjoyment of hobby farming at home into work, so you kind of keep it relaxed as possible, I'd imagine.
That's right.
I own a mechanic shop, so it's the same principle that we work on cars all day. We don't want to work on our own cars, so unless it's a real issue, we just kind of leave it. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard other friends in other industries say that, once they started to turn their hobby into a job, it became less desirable. And for everybody, it's different. I enjoy it on both sides. So, I like to do it for personal and for work. But, there's only so much I want to do. I'd rather just throw seeds out there and sprinkle whip up a compost extract with a stick in a bucket and pour it over, I'm not going to look at it under the microscope every time.
Something easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The less work, the better, typically, because you already know, there's a lot of metrics that you can gauge without having a microscope that you can see. Typically, if you've looked at it once, you kind of already know, but then you've got color, you've got smell, you've got texture, consistency. There's a lot of other things that go into it that you're I already know that everything that I'm already doing is good practice. So it's kind of it's almost second nature to just say, I know it's already good. So as soon as I put it on my plants, I'm going to see one reaction. And if I don't, then I can go back and kind of measure, but just from the perspective of doing it for your own personal use, it's kind of one of those things that it's, like you said, kind of second nature after you get used to doing it.
Right. And if you're starting with good material, like I said, for a client, I would do the quantification if that's what they wanted, just because it's good to have that data. But yeah, if you're starting with good material, again, you don't have to look at it every single time. If I checked it a month or two ago, not much has changed. It still smells good, still looks good. Go for it.
Be sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any new soil food web or homesteading content.